Saunter is an old, ramshackle town in the center of a large, man-made box canyon. Years ago, the Montgomery family broke off from the nearby town of Bridalville and started blasting out the rock to build out their own space, despite their little knowledge of construction. Although they were successful in building a central structure that they dubbed the Spire, the town was never quite completed due to a lack of funds and competence. Although abandoned and disheveled, it is sometimes used by locals as a neutral ground to settle disagreements. A major trend I noticed when playing Fistful of Frags was the consistently large maps that felt empty without loading in 25 bots to play with you. I wanted to create a map that felt good to play with just a few friends, but was also expansive enough to allow players to try different strategies and move through different locations. When building Saunter, I focused on two core design themes, the first of which was Verticality. I wanted to create a map that kept the player's head on a swivel, and I thought the best way to do that was to add several vantage points for them to look out for. I took inspiration from the classic PvP map Rust from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and the original layout of Loot Lake from Fortnite. Although I liked this visually, I wanted to avoid the King of the Hill-esque gameplay that came with this layout. I needed to come up with a way to get players to use the surrounding area of the map instead of making a mad dash for the center. To achieve this, I removed some higher up access points to the Spire and replaced them with various lower vantage points. This gave players more options for where to fight and elevated the map across the board. These vantage points took the form of rooftops, cliff edges, and unfinished structures. Although not as advantageous as the Spire in terms of positioning, these areas are far easier to get to and provide the player with stronger weapons than the main structure in the middle. The addition of these areas forces the player at the top of the Spire to snipe and move, and allows other players to spread around the map and fight in areas besides the center. The second theme I focused on was keeping the gameplay diverse through various combat ranges. At my first run at this map, there was only close combat within buildings and very awkwardly spaced outdoor skirmishes. It felt very samey all around the base of the Spire. At this point in the design process, Saunter was closed in on all sides with only one small exit in the form of a road. This proved to be very stale for gameplay. To spice it up a bit, I created a cliff face off the side of the level and added a bridge for the players to skirmish on. This not only opened up the gameplay for some mid to long range fights, it also created potential for some extremely fun cliff kills, allowing the player to utilize their punch and kick to knock opponents off. After these changes, the level became very approachable for any playstyle. Snipers could sit on any vantage point with the bow and arrow or sharps rifle, brawlers could hide in the outhouses and jump out to catch someone in close combat, and running gunners could take the bridge by storm with their revolvers and shotguns. For additional info on Saunter and to see more of my work, head over to my portfolio or LinkedIn page. Thanks so much for watching.